Hey Mike, just wanted to go over a few things that we talked about. First things first, we talked about how making sure you put your grip on there consistently. I know that we said we want to make sure you line up the club face and then put your grip on and keep it there because it was tending to get a little weak. Something that you and Bob had talked about a while ago. So make sure you're putting the club face nice and straight, then gripping it and keeping your left hand there more in the fingers and a little stronger so that the club face stays fairly square and doesn't get open. So the other thing we really talked about today was shifting your weight. So it's kind of a little bit of a refresher from last year. Last year we did something like this, but as a visual here, we saw that when you take your club back, you swing back, you create a little gap there, which I'm not too concerned about as long as you can close that gap. So you'll see on the downswing, you start to close, but you never completely close that gap. You can see how when you hit the ball, the gap is still there. And that means that the hips are spinning this way versus shifting towards the target. So visually it would look more like this. So you can see this is Anthony Kim, how he creates a little bit of a space in there. Right here. But watch on the downswing, he's shifting through the line, and as he comes to the line, he's actually hitting through the ball, and that shows that his weight is actually down the inside of his left leg here. You can see how that's shifting there. And you'll see when you're hitting the ball, you can see where your weight is. Majority of it is back on this leg here. So our goal was to try to get you to shift a little bit better. So what we did is we did an exercise inside where you actually take a backswing. You want to get as close to this net behind you as possible. And then you want to feel that the club stays on the net. You drag it down and you allow your weight to shift forward. So this is just, again, it's a handheld thing. So this would be imagining where your leg would be. And you try to keep the club along the net and allow yourself to shift. And you can see already, club is not even halfway down and you already closed that gap pretty well going through that line. So you can see here as we keep going. And that's a great position. So if I took you to this here, you can see it's a much different position. You're already through the line. Here you're not quite there yet on the right, whereas the old swing. And we'll do another couple clicks. Here's 1, 2, 3. Come down to the ball. We'll let you come down to the impact. And look where you are there. That's a much different position than you're in before. So you can see how in this particular swing, this hip is twisting out of the way, and now your weight is down on this leg. Whereas this one, now you can see how this knee is kicking in, and you've shifted your weight through the line, and the weight's down on the front leg. So again, here is the proper movement. I'm going to take you back so you can see here. What I like about this position, you really feel, you can see how you're really dragging along the net, and you can see how your right elbow is right against your side there. So if I took all the lines away, you can really see how your right elbow is right against the side versus this one. You can see it's kind of off to the side. It's not really against you. So a lot of good things happen when you do this positioning and the shifting of weight. So, this movement will also help fix, and you'll see that with the feeling of keeping that club more on the exaggeration of keeping the club behind you on the net will also help you fix this, because this is where you see where the club is. We're going to just put a line here. And then you'll see when your hips start to spin, the club shoots way out in front of you, and the club face gets a little bit open, so it makes it hard to have consistent contact. Now that was one of the better ones. Okay, but you can see how the club will go a little bit on this way. So what we did to feel that motion, I was just here with you making some swings. You'll see the club is in a much different position here coming down. And I helped you. I came in here in a second to help you here. I'm going to show you how here. So it's at the back. And I exaggerated it quite a bit. So you can see the difference. That would be if the line is here, you can see the difference of where that club is coming from versus where that one is. And I'm going to show you the difference there. Yeah, look at that one. Look at that, Mike. So look at the difference in where the club is being delivered here at halfway down. You can see that your right elbow is against your body, whereas over here it's way out in front of your body, and the club is over the line. This one is under the line. So that's just a good visual to have. So when you do the shifting away properly and really feeling that the club stays along the wall, or envisions it, you can see how much different the club, comes down. So again, you can see how, I'll show you a little bit here. And even when you did on your own, you came closer to hitting that line. You can see that's much better, where your elbow is still right against your body, which is good. Right there. So really good workout there. So again, the only other thing I was going to put in your video, that if you're having trouble on the range, now on the range you have to try to visualize that net behind you, but you can also do what we did last time. You just put a little golf ball right there on the inside of your heel, and if you swing, you can see on the other one, on this old clip, your heel would hit that ball and knock it out of the way, and you can see how the heel went right through that ball. If I showed you the one we did outside, I have put a little ball here. You can see your club never hit the ball, or your foot never hit the ball. So it's just a couple of little things you can do on your own when you're practicing. So let me know how everything goes, and hopefully I get to see you soon.